Hey everyone, welcome back. I wanted to come on here and do another quick look using my Subculture palette. So I'm going to start off priming my face as usual. Touch Glorious primer. I love this stuff. So good. Oh my god. Okay, so freaking good. Spread that all around. Then I'm gonna do my eyes first, as usual. If I could find my eye primer. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't really see. I'm not wearing contacts either. So I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base and a brush like this one. We're just gonna prime the lids. So just put that on everywhere, spread it until you get to the brow bone. Same on the other side. Okay. And then to set that, regular brush, the Subculture palette, and I'm going to go with the shade Dawn right here. And that's just a tan shade. And I'm just going to put it all over that primer. And this just allows the shadows to blend a little bit better. Like that. And then I want to, let's see, what do I want to do? I want to take this color Fudge right here. So that mid-tone chocolate brown shade. And I'm going to take the blending brush from Younique. Makeup Geek has a similar one if you want a cheaper alternative. So put that into the Fudge. And then we're going to do in the crease. And bring that down a little bit to the outer V. And just use circle motions and windshield wiper motions to try and blend that shade. Can you see a little bit how it's blending? And do the same on that other side. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to take the shade Cube, which is this one right here. It's a duochrome with a white and a pink shift to it. And I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette with this side, the flat shader brush. I'm going to take that on flat shader brush and I'm going to apply that all over the lid. If it's easier, you can always take your ring finger, swirl that into the color, and then pack that on. And that'll apply a little bit better. If you want a more intense look to it, you can also put some product on a brush and then spray the brush with some setting spray or some rose water spray. And that'll make it look a little more intense. I'm just going to go with some regular look, not too intense. So like that. I don't think you can see the shift in this light, which kind of sucks, but there's that pinkish shift to it. Finally, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go with the other side of that. So the other side of the brush that has like a crease brush on it, and the shade All Star, which is that red one right there. And I'm going to focus that on the outer V. If you need a little more product. Like that. And put that brush away. My lips are feeling a little dry, so I'm going to use my Sugar Rosé from Fresh and just put that as a lip balm as I do the rest of my face. Okay, I'm going to conceal my under eyes because they're kind of dark. I'm going to use my Benefit Boing Concealer just with my finger, and I'm going to focus this on the darkest parts of my under eye, so like right there, and I'm just going to blend that out with my ring finger. Same thing on the other side. So there's that. Which concealer? So I want a little bit more of a brightening effect today, so I'm going to use my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 04. This one is really pasty pale, like even for me it's pasty pale. And I'm just going to do it like this. Can you see how pale that is? Like, the undertone is perfect because it's a neutral one. But this is so pasty pale, and this product is so creamy and pigmented. And then a beauty blender. I'm going to get it damp with a little bit of my Maria Badescu lavender water. Whoops. Almost sprayed that on a bag. A very expensive bag, that for that matter. And then squeeze it a little bit. You could always just run it under tap water. It's not a big deal. I just do that because it's right here. And you're just going to dab that product in to blend it. So see how pasty pale that is? Like, holy moly. And so if you blend down, it's going to look a little more natural. It'll just give you a full brightening effect. I like that concealer. I mean, for the price, it's pretty good. So just make sure that your edges are all blended out and nothing looks a little too intense. It looks intense right now, but it'll be fine, I promise you. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go in with my Younique liquid foundation brush and my foundation, Mineral Touch liquid foundation in the shade Scarlet. Just looks like that. Shake that up a bit, and then just put a couple drops in there, and then dab it wherever I need the coverage. And then dabbing in circle motions just to blend that out. And if you feel like you're going to need more coverage, obviously you can go back and get some more drops. I don't think I will because this concealer isn't too crazy coverage. So I think I can get away with a lower coverage foundation. So make sure you blend that out evenly, up in the hairline as well, down the jawline. Go back through where you think you need it, zoom in closer if you think you can't see like I can't see. Just make sure everything's blended out real well. And I can tell there is a slight difference between my concealer and my foundation, so I am going to put a couple more drops just right here, just to make that seamless. So just like that, and then I'm going to blend that in. Same on the other side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face just to bring that color back in. And I'm going to use a brush like this. And this one's just from Shani. It doesn't even have a name, it just has a number, Shani 22. It looks like this, it's flat. And then I'm going to use my Tarteist Pro Glow. Please excuse the state of this palette, it's really gross. Just like my desk, it's just nasty. So get a little bit of that product. Apply it where you need it. I always do a little bit on the forehead too, just so it looks kind of normal. If not, it's gonna look like your cheeks are way contoured and your forehead isn't very much. I just don't do the jawline just because I don't have a whole lot of space down there. I think I mentioned that before. Another beauty blender, again with the water. Spray that on. When I do my makeup, I do keep a towel on my lap. Just if my brushes are dirty or the beauty blender gets too dirty, then I can dab it. So then just dab that product into the skin. Dab, 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 dab. And feel free to sing, sometimes it helps me when I'm kind of bored. Or listen to music, which I can't when I'm really making videos, but I sing to myself. I won't sing for you because I'm not very good, but okay. So this foundation is not supposed to need a whole lot of setting, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it anyways. I'll set my under eyes first. I'm using this Sephora powder. It's not very good, but it works for now until I can get a new one. For the under eyes, I just use a brush like this. It helps me get up in there under my eyes. I do have lines, so I try to minimize creasing as much as possible. So I'll go in with a beauty blender, kind of dab at those lines right there. Blend that concealer. And apply that powder. Same thing on the other side. Excuse the clutter again. I always seem to have clutter everywhere in my house. One day I'll get my life together, I promise. Then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier. This is a highlight powder, but I like to use it to set my whole foundation. Gives me a little extra glow. I'm not going to apply blush again. I really haven't applied blush in the longest time since I got my Younique stuff, just because I'm really enjoying this Beachfront bronzer in Malibu, using that as a blush slash bronzer. So bring that up a little bit. Usually when I have my glasses or contacts on, I can see better how I'm doing, but it is what it is, right guys? Okay, then I'm going to go in and do my brows. And I'm going to use an eyeliner brush like this. This is from Real Techniques. Then I'm going in with my original Lorac palette in the shade of Espresso, which is this one right here. This palette will be like in the trash by December. It's so gross. It is so freaking old. I don't know why I still have it. Also, my computer just dimmed. Sorry about that. So just fill in where you think you need. I don't do a whole lot, but if you can see the difference. Brows really frame your face, so you want to make sure you fill them in if you have sparse brows. Then I go in with a spoolie. This is also from Shawnee. And I just brush that product through. Get it ready for the gel. And for gel I use, sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. Jeez. Make Me Brow from Essence, and this is in Brownie Brow, I think. Brownie Brows. So I just use that. What I like about this is it has fibers to give your hairs a little more color, so you could get away with, if you have brows like mine, you could get away with just using this and not having to fill in, but sometimes I still like to fill them in. Then I'm going with the Lorac shade in white right here. I'm going to use that as a brow bone highlight. So right there, and then same thing on the other side. Right there, and then I'm going to put that in the inner corner as well, just to give it a little extra. Right on the other side. So there's that highlight. Jesus, I have something in my mouth that's really bugging me. I'm going back with the Tarteist Pro Glow. I'm going to use this top shade right here. It is called Strobe, and this is supposed to be for the pasty pale girls, but it looks like that. When you swatch it, looks like that. I'm going to go with that. And then my, if I can find it. Oh geez, where is it? Oh. My Real Techniques, the Expert Face Brush, I think it is. Looks like that. So dab that into the product and just put it on right here. Can you see any glow? I can't tell. So I'm gonna put some more. Never can have too much highlight. I mean, come on. If you want, you can put some down the bridge of your nose. You know, anywhere the light hits is what you want to do. I always like to set my face with the setting spray before I go into liner and lashes, just because then it can get real messy. So I'm going with the Urban Decay Chill spray. I was told this works better if you keep it in the fridge. The only difference I noticed is that it felt nice and cool when I put it on. So I'm leaving it out for the fall and winter because I don't really need that cooling feeling. And then for liner, I'm going with my Tarte Sex Kitten in black. I need my mirror for this. So if you struggle with liner, liquid liner, the thing you want to do is grab a mirror, preferably a handheld one, but I don't have one right here, so I'm using my big one. And then you're going to look down into the mirror, and that just helps to create the line. And you want to use small strokes. On this outer part, I create that first line and a triangle. Connect them and then fill that in. And there you go, there's your wing. Pretty easy, right? Took me forever to perfect that. Well, perfect that, because the other side always ends up wonky, but it is what it is, right guys? Does anybody else open their mouth when they're doing this? I don't know why. Opening your mouth when you do liner and mascara is helpful. If you don't do it, then please don't judge me. Or do. I don't know. Okay. For mascara, I am using my current favorite, which is the Younique Epic Mascara. This thing's amazing. It looks pretty basic, but gosh, it's just so freaking good. The formula, the brush, I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. So this is what my lashes look like with no mascara. You want to use like zigzag motions and start at the bottom and go to the top. This is what they look like with one coat. And then I'm going to pick up more product. Two coats. Now, let me see. I'm just going to leave 2 coats. Sometimes I do 3 depending on how I feel. Alright, let's fish for lipstick. Do we want to go with a regular bullet or liquid? What do I want to do? I don't even know what I'm wearing. Let's go with a dark one. I feel dark today. So I'm going to go with Urban Decay in the shade Moshpit. Boop. And I'm going to wipe that lip gloss off. You want to make sure you get those parts that connect with your lower lips. That's such a pet peeve of mine. Because then every time you open your mouth, people can see that gap and it just drives me insane. As you can tell, my lips are not even. One side is a lot lower. That's just how my lips are naturally, so I try my best. To overline that lip. It's gonna be what it is, right? Anyways, that's the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to be a little bit more dramatic, you can take some of the All-Star shade, so this one, and smudge it down below. I tend not to do that because my under eyes have some fine lines, and then I end up with the product all the way down here. But if you wanted to do that, that would make the look a little more continuous and look a little bit better if you wanted to do that. You can also add some liner to just some pencil liner. I don't have one right here. But if you wanted to do a pencil liner to your waterline, that would also make your lashes look a little darker. So yeah, that's the finished look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.